Hey guys, what is going on? And welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. It's episode number 110, and today we are returning with a series finale. It's one last look at the save as we close out my longest and one of my absolute best Club and Country projects of all time. Today we'll take a look under the hood of the save as we close out the series on the back of the European Championship final heartbreak. But still a great achievement. Let's end the series today. So I feel really there's no other place to start than with the club, right? I mean, what a fantastic Newport County side we built over the course of the 7 seasons. And from humble beginnings back in League 2 with the ham-fisted team we assembled back in the first episode after getting a fully Welsh side. Well, what a fantastic show of progression we had over the years. To become a 5-star team on merit, every single player in our team was 80 rated or higher, apart from Bryson and Paddy, who probably would have become 80 rated plus this season as well. And of course, 3 90 plus rated players as well, 2 of which are at the academy, Lloyd Payne, Gavin Humphreys, my best ever, and of course, Rabbi Matondo as well. So yeah, I got to be honest, this was such a fun Newport County team to build because so many of the players that made it through were of course Youth Academy graduates. And you know, when I've done Club and Country projects in the past, when I've been using a nation like a France or a Spain or a Germany, yeah, there might have been a couple of Youth Academy graduates that, you know, stayed with us until the very end, but for the most part, I didn't need them, if you will. I didn't really actually need them for either club or country because there was such an array of high potential talents for, again, like a France or a Spain or a Germany. Now, of Wales, there are quite a few. Obviously, Nico Williams is one. Rabbi Matondo, Dan James, who became 87 rated as well. Don't get me wrong. But for the most part, we needed, quite a few youth players to have a significant impact on the team and also the nation as well. So the likes of Payne, the likes of Humphreys, of course, Lloyd, Mark Bound, Lee Price in between the sticks as well. They were really, really important for us. Payne, by the way, this guy is a monster at the back. Really, really important for us because you might not have been able to get players with as high of a rating through natural development, real players I should say, alone. So it was just a really, really fun team to build because of the amount of youth players that made it through, and also the overdevelopment of certain players that wouldn't ordinarily develop as much as they should. For example, Tivonge Rashasia, fan favourite, growing to 82 overall. I highly doubt his potential is that high at the start of a game, but of course due to the overdevelopment he was able to progress and get even better. One of the things I really liked about this save as well was this guy too, Ben Davis. I talk about in FIFA CM how I've done so many things before, but I don't think I've ever signed a player like Ben Davis in League 1 before. That was absolutely class. Stayed with us all the way. Is he going to retire at the end of the season? He's not! He's still got 2 years left on his deal, and he's not retiring. He's done it all with Newport County, from League 1 to Champions League winner, and he's like, no, job's not done, job's not finished. I love it. Absolutely brilliant. But yeah, it was such a fun team to build, man. It took a while, for us to make major progression, if you will. The first couple of seasons are all about figuring out who's going to be the stars of the team for the foreseeable future. But I think it was once we got Rabbi Matondo in back at the start of Season 3, our first year in the Championship, that's when we started, I feel, to really kick on. I always talk about it, so when you're doing a long RTG, there's always like one season where you kick on more than others and you really start showing major and rapid size development. It is often Season 3 or Season 4 for me, and in this series it was definitely Season 3. Gavin, by the way, is 4 weeks away from getting that rating increased from 96 to 97. And of course, I talked about it before as well. I mentioned that Gavin, potentially could have become a 99 rated player in world football. He's my highest rated youth player of all time, ending up at a 96 overall. And I'll be totally honest here, there's no doubt about it. In my book, 258 million valuation. I'm not sure I've ever had a player that highly valued before. In my book, I don't think I've ever had a better youth player than Humphreys. I don't think so. I've had some stars, I've had some incredible youth players. Of course, the list is too long to name, but I think Gavin's my all-time GOAT. I really do believe that. Out of the academy, I should say. I mean, for the rating alone at 96, would be about to be 97 overall. But in a weird way, and I know this will sound quite weird, but I'm kind of glad I didn't get him to 99 overall, because it would have been amazing to see, don't get me wrong, the first time I've ever seen that. But, I mean, who could top that? Do you know what I mean? At least I know there's still potential in the future for someone to become even better than Super Gav at 96 overall. Had I got him to 99, it's done. Like, there's nothing more you can do, really, in terms of youth players and getting the best ever, right? But even so, he definitely made this series what it was, as did quite a few of the other youth players as well. Bound, Gareth Bale's regen, the man who's so good they named him twice, Lloyd, and of course up top, Alan Bound, gutted he never became the striker he could have been. 21-year-old, 76 overall, but I don't think I made a bad choice, sacrificing development for this guy. Rabbi Matondo, one of the main reasons we became so successful, 92 overall. I'm still getting better at 27 years old as well. Oh, what a fantastic team this was, man. And as I show you the team management screen as well, you might have noticed a couple of players left in the summer, one of which was Isaac Davis. His contract was up at the end of the season. He wouldn't renew. And in the end, he joined Fenerbahce on a free transfer. Just for those curious, what happened to the League One Golden Boot winner all those years ago, back in Season 2? Goodness. But real briefly, I want to show you the Wales squad and the national pool as well. As we know, with Wales, we managed to get them to a 5-star nation. 20 of the 23-man squad at the Euros were Newport County players. The only players that weren't were Matt Smith, Chris Meffam, and also David Brooks as well. Everyone else was a Newport County player, as this Wales side did become a 5-star nation. And if you look at the players that missed out of the national pool, again, you know, you got Ruben Colwell, Terry Taylor, Connor Roberts and Ryan Astley. We had Astley before but sold him, but not Roberts. Finn Stevens, Jeff Cott as well. But for the most part, this is the best national team we could currently make with Wales, due to the fact there's no injuries whatsoever. And unfortunately, there's no like stars coming through either. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really feel as though this was the golden generation for Wales, and so for that Euros, like I said, that was the best chance we'd ever have to have national team silverware, because there's no youngsters coming through, because we sacrificed our youth academy with Wales, Newport County, I should say, because of the fact we are so many seasons in. There's not really like that many amazing young talents. And again, there are a couple of players here that are in their early 20s that could be alright for the future. A couple of which, of course, are owls like Tony Matthews and Scott Boyd. But really, there's no like star young player coming through for Wales. This was the golden generation. This was the window. And unfortunately, I just couldn't deliver the silverware. Even so, I don't think you'd say no to a 5-star Wales team, though. We did so well with both the country and the club aspect. And if we were to continue as well, for the players we'd signed in the summer window of 118 mil, will I get the 3 Welsh players that currently are in the national team but aren't with Newport County? That's David Brooks, who, well, unfortunately wouldn't be able to sign, 82 overall. Chris Meffam now at Sporting Gijón, and also Matt Smith, who's still at Hull as well. I'd bring in these 3 players, and possibly, again, Connor Roberts, maybe Finn Stevens as well, and also Luke Jeffco, who's moved on, and we couldn't get him from Oxford United. But really, these aren't exactly like star standouts. Other than David Brooks, there's not too many star standout players left to buy with Newport County. So really, I think we're ending this project at the best possible time. You know what's funny? I was just about to say the last thing we'll do is take a look at some other leagues around the world, but obviously we can't because the season would just be about to begin, Season 8. So I actually don't know what else there is to show you, really. 7 seasons in, and, well, we're done. We are done with club and country, and on the back of winning the treble with Newport County last season, just an amazing, absolutely amazing season. Just about holding off Man City. Gavin Humphreys getting to 40 goals in a campaign as well, and leading Wales to the European Championship final as well. We'd have Hertha Berlin in the Super Cup if we were to play it this year as well. And Man City, of course, in the Community Shields. They were runners-up last year in the Premier League. I have to say, an incredible season with club and country, even if it ended on a sour note in the Euro final. I have to say, it was almost inch perfect, and it was absolutely brilliant. So what we'll do to close out the series officially is take one final look at the My Career section. From humble beginnings in League 2 in Season 1, where we gained automatic promotion, if I remember correctly, on the final day, and record transfer fee paid, -£1. I don't remember that, but okay, fair enough. So we finished third in our first season with Newport County in League 2. Then in Season 2 in League 1, we finished runners-up to Bristol City, who absolutely dominated and walked the league that year as well. That was incredible for under Robbins there. Then, of course, in our first season in the Championship, that was when Ravi Matondo arrived. We just about missed out on the playoffs and ended up finishing in mid-table in 10th place. But for a first season in the Championship, it wasn't too bad. But then in the second season, we absolutely dominated. We won the title. We did it with a couple of games to spare as well, as we were champions of the Championship in Season 4. And for our first year in the Premier League as well, that was when Dan James was signed for £23 million. Massive, massive buy there. And we ended up just missing out on Champions League, going into the Europa League, finishing in 5th place. We ended up winning the Premier League in our second season, along with the Europa League as well. So we're League and European double in our second season. No players got sold. At that point, our Wales team was too good, and our Newport County team was too good for us to sell players, as the money was worth nothing, as we bought in Nico Williams last year, and then, I should say 2 years ago, and then the season after that, our last season of the save, well, you can't really get much better than this, can you? Yes, we might have lost the Super Cup and the Community Shield, less said the better about those two, but how about a treble with Newport County in our final season with Newport County? Our first ever domestic cup in the FA Cup, retaining the Premier League and winning the Champions League as well. Yep, we might have had heartbreak in the European Championship final, but with club, it was all smiles. And there we go. So in the end, 3 league titles, back-to-back Premier Leagues, and of course a Championship, 1 FA Cup, and a Europa League, and a Champions League as well. My record transfer fee was signing Brennan Johnson. My heaviest defeat was back in Season 1. 7-0 to Southampton. We also lost to Fulham by the same scoreline, I believe, back in Season 3. And my biggest win was against Forest Green Rovers 3 years ago in a cup game. But 204 wins in 364 games, 78 defeats and 82 draws, scoring 674 goals. And I love the goals against as well. 433. Yeah, my defense never really improved that much in this series, did it? But that will end today's episode and the series finale of Club and Country, guys. I just want to say a massive thank you for watching this project. It has been, without question, I would call this my favourite Club and Country ever. Now, don't get me wrong, the Racing Santander in Spain save was the original, so of course you'll always have a soft spot for the original, but I've never had a CNC save run as long as this one. I've never reached a national team final, I believe, in a CNC project. Perhaps I did back in the first one with Racing Santander in Spain, can't remember now. But even so, to go all the way to a national tournament final with Wales and only come up short by a goal to the favourites as well, I thought that was an incredible achievement on the back of a treble as well. And with the youth players' development in this team as well. And of course, I would say, if not my greatest youth player ever, one of the absolute greatest in Gavin Humphreys, becoming 96 overall as well. I couldn't have asked for a better save. Your support was fantastic from the beginning, and after all these months, after all these seasons, we called time on the back of a Euro Championship final and a treble with Newport County and Wales. Thank you so much for watching the series, guys. Much love to you all. I don't know how I could top this CNC next year, but I'll have to think about it. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much for all the support on this series. It's been a crazy good one with Newport County and Wales for Club and Country. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for a new FIFA career mode tomorrow morning. Yeah, beginning a new career mode today, tomorrow morning. Really hope you guys enjoy it. Have a fantastic day, guys. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for all the support on this Club and Country series. And from me, Gavin Humphreys, Ravi Matondo, Lloyd, Lee Price, so on and so forth. Much love, and I'll see you for another career mode series very soon.